Okay, let's get going. Come on, Geralt. Move your butt.
Your Grace.
Look!
Your Highness.
I seriously wish I could move faster.
Is the game to your liking, ladies?
Aren't we
Return
not
to
curious
traditional values
trousers?
and morals.
Our mama
That
told
is
us
the
not
remedy
to
for
talk.
Toussaint's problems, not Toussaint's.
Just there, we made our acquaintances, did we not?
Sun's already going down.
If one were to call a state courageous or cowardly, what other part of the state would one have in mind, if not when
It's right up here, isn't it?
on the state's behalf? No one would ever think of any other. For the state is courageous, a virtue of a portion of its soul, which preserves the instilled opinion of the nature of things to be feared, and not to be feared, in pleasure or in pain, under the influence of desire or fear.
Yet how might we relate this to life?
When her grace the Duchess
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Think unicorns. Rainbows, little girls, sweets maybe?
Thief! How dare he!
Scandalous!
Cold game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. Crispy apple. Should like that like any other damn horse.
Go a little quicker, please, Geralt.
An apple. Yum yum. Damn it.
Dang it, why am I so slow? Hey, Peacock. Oh, it's not even up here.
An apple. Yum yum.
There we go. I don't think I had it out, that's why.
Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Except I can't call Roach.
If one were to call a state courageous,
Geralt can still jump and vault over walls. Can't move faster than a walk.
that which fights and goes to war on the state's behalf. No one would ever think of any other. For the state is courageous and firm of a portion of the sea which preserves.
Once I finish this bit of the quest, I'm definitely gonna go and to Corvo Bianco and see if I can drop stuff off. Yum 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 yum.
Open fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Witcher, you, I am sure, are no devil for
Do you think I don't know?
They say a great deal about you, Witcher, and whisper even more.
It looked gold to me.
It's positively useless. She can't possibly see the thing.
What precisely is
An
won't
abstract
go.
work,
I
gentlemen.
simply won't do
The
it.
future.
Never worry, dearest.
I'm not. We shall soon book another.
Take the candy. Toffee. Candy.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon its heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful.
It's already 10 o'clock. How long have I been here? Yeah, I'm definitely dropping some gear off once I get to Corvo Bianco.
dark secrets
Behold the
taste
leopard
different.
from
A
far
fairy
away
tale
Zaricania.
that you
A predator wild, bloodthirsty, and ferocious. Beauty and grace embodied in murderous form. Like nothing else.
A splendid beast.
So fierce.
Dang it! Thought I'd get a bit of a shortcut.
Work doth one know, sloth doth one gratify.
I'm just gonna go this way, map. Oh, you're up there, aren't you? Oop.
No bats.
I wish only.
Forgive my wife, your grace.
Come on, Geralt. It's a shrub. You can shoulder your way through that.
If you please, your grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
Say that. I forgot what it was. Something about like a mouse with a head of hard cheese and... can you repeat it, please? Can I see? Please repeat. Ah.
Is it about someplace really cramped, uncomfortable?
Because it mentions groans and a mouse? No, false hints, I think. Meant to lead us astray. Look, if we take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what head is hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Good. There was no chance to repeat it, so I forgot what the first bit was. I thought greenhouse since we're in a garden, but...
budge?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
Kill again.
Oh, come on.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Seem pretty damn sure of that.
I am, because I know him very well. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him, immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say. but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
One of the people Geralt encountered at the Beauclair court was Captain Damien de la Tour, the captain of the Ducal Guard. He was absolutely and unconditionally, to say unthinkably would be unfair, yet not entirely inaccurate, devoted to his position and worshipped the ground the Duchess walked on. If you want my personal opinion, he was most definitely besotted with her. He came across as a typical soldier, i.e. a thick-headed lackey who, seeing Geralt, immediately decided he must prove who had the more massive unmentionables. Geralt treated this challenge with dispassionate superiority, yet accepted it nevertheless, and in doing so earned himself another enemy. Milton's murder was very swift. Even with years of witchering under his belt, Geralt could barely keep up with him. Soon it became clear the killer was as clever as he was fast, by entering an old warehouse where he set a trap for Geralt. In this way, Geralt had his first face-to-face encounter with the Beast of Beauclair, and discovered it was a hired vampire named Dettlaff. A fight immediately ensued, which might have ended very badly for the Witcher, had he not been saved in the nick of time by an old friend, Regis, who put a stop to this battle. After that, Dettlaff flew away in a puff of fog. Emil Regis Roderick Terzieff Godfrey. Geralt chased Sir Milton's murderer with mad intensity. How this chase ended stands as clear witness to the fact Geralt was facing a highly dangerous foe. The killer led Geralt to an old warehouse, where it set a trap for him. A fight ensued, and at a crucial moment Geralt was saved by Regis, a hired vampire and old friend. Here I must explain that years ago Regis had joined Geralt's band of fellow travelers, of which I was a proud part, and set off with us in search of Ciri. Together, we lived through many fascinating adventures, and Regis proved himself a loyal friend, the kind you could trust with your life. Sadly, the expedition ended tragically for Regis. He was killed by Villeforts, who reduced him to nothing more than a wet stain. Oops. Hence the Witcher's immense surprise at encountering his old friend. After all, he had seen Regis die with his own eyes. But the thing is, that was not Regis's final death, nor even his first. As a young man, Regis had been a bit of a free spirit and overindulged in the drinking of blood. This lifestyle led to him being butchered by angry villagers. Regenerating from that took him 50 years, or nearly no time at all for an immortal. When he was back to full health, he kicked the habit of blood drinking for good. For years, we'd all thought he was gone forever. Yet there he was, standing in front of Geralt in that dockside warehouse. Regis explained he had regenerated and come to Toussaint to find Dettlaff, a friend. Such were the dramatic circumstances bringing Regis and Geralt together again in Beauclair. They did not have long to enjoy their reunion, however. They could hear others approaching, and Regis, not wanting to risk an encounter with angry humans, agreed to meet back up with Geralt at the cemetery where he had made an altogether comfortable temporary home for himself. When Geralt identified the beast, he discovered it was a higher vampire, meaning one of the most difficult foes a witcher can come to face. Higher vampires are superhumanly strong and fast. They can turn completely invisible, and each comes with its own personalized set of talents and abilities perfected through centuries of existence. When Geralt realized he was dealing with such a creature, he swore foully and realized the rumors about the beast had not been exaggerated in the slightest. It is horrifying to watch. That gentleman suddenly turned into a ghastly beast with claws and tore those men to shreds with the precision of a master butcher. Detlef is a higher vampire and one of the most terrifying creatures the world has ever known. Some vampires of his sort live long among men easily and inconspicuously, sometimes even gain the respect and admiration of their community. Yet even the most civilized vampire can be incredibly dangerous if provoked, and Detlef was far from civilized. When in his two-legged form, Detlef strikes in surprisingly and unique ways, so one must be extremely alert and attentive. His razor-sharp claws, wielded with great strength and precision, are his chief weapons, yet he can also wield weapons of human devising with extraordinary skill. Like all higher vampires, Detlef can turn into fog and envelop opponents. When fighting a vampire in this form, one must watch out for magic puddles and attack from the air. When wounded, Detlef tends to assume his winged form, using these powerful appendages to stun his foes near effortlessly. One must remember higher vampires are immortal creatures, and thus do not fear for their lives while fighting, meaning they take every risk. They are able to turn invisible, and can regenerate strength during combat. All in all, they are supremely difficult foes, even for a witcher. Quen. I need to heal. I need to heal. Is there anything to loot? No, I need to heal. Quests. Everyone who has even a passing acquaintance with Geralt of Rivia knows it was very rare for the Witcher to be paid before completing a contract. Retainers or down payments, however, were another story. Those would often be given to him by the best of employers, those who had no intention of backing out of their side of the bargain and who wanted the job done and done well above all else. In this regard, Anna Henrietta stood out as one of the best employers Geralt had ever had. Why is that, you ask, dear reader? Why, because in exchange for agreeing to kill the Beast of Beauclair, she gave Geralt the deed to the Corvo Bianco vineyard, and promising further payment in gold as soon as Geralt completed his job. Say what you will about her, but no one can deny Anna Henrietta's generosity. That is what we're going to do now. So I can drop my stuff off. By drop my stuff, I mean probably Iris and my wolf gear.
Quite the fragrant whiff.
Since unfortunately, it is bugged, and I will probably never get the Grandmaster Wolf stuff crafted. So that should lighten the load a bit, at least. So let's go to Corvo Bianco. We'll just walk through town. I also need to get my sword repaired
here
too.
It's wine, wine, and more wine. But me, I prefer brandy.
Good for you then.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Here, here.
This is Beauclair, not some flea-ridden province.
I could fast travel. Nah, let's just walk. We'll get to see the sun come up.
Oh, my joints are aching. Oh, my joints are aching.
Someone else just said that, you know. Excuse me, sir.
All is in order.
Good. Yeah, I know I could fast travel, but I figure, you know what? I was probably going to end the video soon anyway, so we'll just walk to Corvo Bianco. Hopefully drop my stuff off, and that'll be it. So enjoy the scenery, guys. We'll just walk through the French-like countryside as the sun rises above the mountains. I'm sure the music will start at any second.
That twisty Twitter, Narieta. Fate kicker!
Whatever you say, miss.
All is in order.
And the sun is coming up. I should really do this more often in open world games. Just literally just walk around. So nice. I mean, yeah, there are times where I choose not to fast travel to places, but I'm literally walking through this world at the moment. I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm enjoying the sounds. It's really nice. Just goes to show how much effort the people put into this game. Hello, sir. Birds chirping in the sun. Hello, doggy. Too bad I can't pet you. Alright then. I see a storage chest.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
I've lots to do before it gets dark.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
The days pass. The pile of...
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
I hear of a farm by the Maple Sheep Shear was once hairdresser to the Duchess.
Sweet, saintly Lepiota. I can't...
The Dutch is small.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
I was young.
Master Liam and Maid Matilda. Why, they'll have a tail to hold their kitties wrapped.
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine.
Oh, I was young.
Sorry about that. I probably had to cut a bit of that out because of video quality, but we basically just went around the property, stopped up in local places, saw some renovations we could possibly do, and now we're about to go inside.
welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rosset.
He was a...
No, he never said...
Shame that...
Not a...
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Restore to its former glory. Well, first I'm gonna drop my stuff off. Ooh, I got a bed up here. It's not where my chest is it? Hey, I can run around now. Why is there a scabbard up there? Oh, am I just looking at all my books? Wow, I have a lot of reading. Oh my gosh, can you fill this entire thing with books that you collect? Nice. Ah, yeah, so it's all inventory stuff. Actually, let's switch this around. White Wolf goes here. Our Snowgeared can go up here. That's a lot of wood. Is there anything up here I could interact with? Nope. Guess I gotta renovate first.
How might I be of service, sir?
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Starting to get into this whole renovating thing. There must be other things we can improve.
I agree. Yet I would urge you to hold off on further construction until the ongoing work is done. Juggling can be a challenging art. It's best not to undertake too much at once.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompeli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Rossi, you're all right. You wear my ring when you hold me tight. Rossi, that's my thing.
Our Duchess is a lovely lassie, you scamp, you.
Liam and Matilda running the vineyard together.
Works hard on the nerves, eh? That's why you're so great.
Renovations coming along all right?
Wonderfully. The furnishings you last had me order have arrived.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
I agree. Yet I would urge you to hold off on further construction until the ongoing work is done. Juggling can be a challenging art. It's best not to undertake too much at once.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Okay,
job
guess we
is
gotta
like a
wait till
lady.
these guys are done.
You can always get a new one.
This is nice. We got some scaffolding up.
Drink! Give me a drink!
Go up there. Corvo Bianco's origins have been lost in the mists of time. We've only a bare legend about the vineyard being founded by the owner of the Pomerol estate's son, who had been disinherited and exiled for only 7 years, sampling his name. Monastery Master Bullius. The division of sappers was found in the far north. His wife died. We, Anna Henrietta, by the grace of the god Duchess of Toussaint, do hereby grant Geralt of Rivia, crest of the bridge, the lands belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with all goods and chateau found thereof. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see to its care and upkeep. He is to keep it fertile and beautiful and shall enrich himself in the harvest that the land provides, for his own glory and the glory of Toussaint. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow, for both deeds and land exist to bear good fruit. Her illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. I put this on my shelf.
The job is like a lady. You can always...
Get all those books.
A job is like a lady.
Oh, hello.
That rent will be the end of.
Fragrant cake. Oh yeah, Manticore. Wow, taking out the wolf gear really opened my inventory up. Even though I'm still almost overburdened. Let's get rid of the Viper Swords too.
I've lost again.
Excuse me, sir. I just gotta get behind you. I'm seeing. If I take these out, do they go on the shelf? Oh.
That
Or is this literally all the
would
books
be
I've
the
collected
end of
throughout
me.
the game?
I've lost again.
Have I really only done half then?
Funny thing, I'm off to the hells.
I don't know.
Those girls can't wait to see.
Anyway, you guys gotta get back to work still, so I'll leave you to it. And this is probably a good place to stop anyway. So, next time... Let's see, we could do more Corvo Bianco stuff. I feel like we should go do this one first, though. Tradition has sanctified two codes of conduct in Toussaint: the teachings of the prophet Lebioda and the chivalric principles which guide its knights. These latter call for young men to prove their abilities through feats of daring during tourneys. One such knight, Guillaume, sought to stand out from the rest by fighting a Shaelmar and was injured as a result. Afterward, he pleaded with Geralt to visit him in the medic's tent. He said he had a very urgent matter to discuss. Let's go visit him. Nothing else is appearing on the map. So, that's what we'll do next time. Hopefully when we get back, renovations will be done then.
Works hard on the nerves.
Geralt has a vineyard.
That's why you're so great.
Take care, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ah.